Hi guys. So I had this thought. So today we have AI, and a lot of people use AI to ask questions, to to brainstorm, and sometimes the AI answers you, right, and it helps you. But sometimes it makes mistakes. So like everyone knows that you cannot fully trust AI. Like you need to double check the information. So basically, you need to know what you're asking them, and you need to have a way to double check what he tells you, to check for the veracity, right? So at first there's a lot of talk about the AI being untrustworthy, you cannot trust it, but then a lot of people realize that you just need to know how to ask him questions. You need to set up the parameters correctly. Basically, the information you give him, the query you give the AI to seek elaboration on, needs to be perfectly set up for the AI not to make a mistake. But then you still need to double check the answer on your own, because in a way it's foolish. Like you do a work and then you get a mistake, and you're all shamed up, and you say, well, it's not my fault, the AI gave it to me. Like, dude, like why do you have your work done by the AI? Do it yourself, kind of, right? But it made me think about something else. So sometimes we'd ask questions to our friends, like would be in a situation, we'd be asking advice to friends or to co-workers or to someone else, and people give us advice, and usually they would answer to the best of their abilities, because nobody really wants to give fake advice on purpose, right? Especially if it's people who care about us. So people give us advice, and then the advice ends up being bad advice, and we get stuck, we get some kind of problems, or something falls through because of the advice. So what do we usually do as humans? We go ahead and we blame the people who gave us the advice. But in a way, isn't it the same as the AI? People who gave us the advice, they gave the advice on the best of their knowledge, and on the best of the knowledge that you gave them when you highlighted the situation to them, right? So the more information you give them, the more ability they'll have to answer the advice. But then, even then, people making mistakes because we not know it all, right? Same as the AI. Even though the AI uses specific data, like he goes and researches, but he doesn't have a way to 100% verify that the data is correct. He just assumes that it's going to be the best type of data to give you based on your answer and based on what he already said. So it's funny how if it's people who do it to us, we blame them, and when it's the AI, at some point, like we realize that we can't just trust it. We need to double check the information ourselves, which kind of brings the other idea that, well, first of all, when you're asking questions, you need to ask the right questions, so that the person gives you the specific answer to you're asking him, or the person can tell you that I'm not really sure what you're asking me, or I'm not able to answer it in the format in which you're asking. Just like when you ask AI, like, oh, find me, I don't know, here's the picture, find me who this person is, the AI will say, I'm not allowed to answer your question. So kind of you need to reframe it in a different way, right? And the other thing is that it's kind of hard, because it hits me too. It hits me hard because I've made these mistakes, and I know friends who've made these mistakes, and all of us make these mistakes. Sometimes we come into a situation, like we want to enter a situation where we don't really know answers, and we go to someone and we expect them just to help us and show us the light in a way, right? And nobody can really save us besides ourselves. Like we need to know something at least. Like we need to make a few steps ahead first, wade into the muddy waters first, and get our footing before we even start asking questions. Because I don't know, it's a high call to ask someone to help us when we totally don't know anything at all from scratch. It's like basically helping a baby, right? But babies, at least we're supposed to be in charge of them, we're supposed to be responsible for them. But us, grown adults, grown teenagers, or grown, young adults, or old people even, we're supposed to know something already. So we're supposed to do some basic research into the topic to just know what's flying around. I don't know. So I guess it's the type of information that everyone knows already, but maybe we just know it, but it's not totally obvious or totally internalized. And I just thought, I mean, to myself at least, I mean, I know not to 100% depend on people, but usually when I get advice from people and it doesn't work out, there's part of me somewhere deep down, I'm like, gosh, this guy, he gave me this information. But then I caught myself that I don't think like this one. AI gives me the wrong information, so it's funny, right? Okay, we should know better. See you guys.